news. Sony has sent out invites for PlayStation VR event being held in the middle of March. The invite event, will be March 15th in San Francisco. The exclusive press event will begin with a presentation on PlayStation VR, formerly codenamed Morpheus. That begins at 2 p.m. Pacific time, followed by several hours of hands-on demos.
Everyone's getting in on that VR train, man. Then that's the future. My hope is essentially, unlike some other games in the past that tried motion controls, I hope it's not perfect. It can never truly be perfect. But I hope it's as close to perfect as they can get it on release to not disappoint. Because you think virtual reality, all those TV shows when we were kids come to mind, and you're just like, oh my goodness, this is the coolest thing ever. So they do have a heavy mountain to climb, but I'm glad it's a serious thing now, not a gimmick.
How much do you think it's going to? Because I think that is going to be their battle. That is going to be the hill they die on, is the price. Because we now have
600, 800, and now question mark.
Yeah, we have Vive at 800 or Oculus at 600. Do you think they undercut the two of them and go? Do you think they continue 8, 6, 4, like 4? Do you think they come in at 400?
My thing is, I don't think they can go that low. I don't think they can go the price of a system. I think they would want to go higher. My thing is, the HTC Vive is Steam or Valve's. You said, right?
Yeah.
So Valve does have their dedicated client base. Whose is Oculus Rift?
Oculus is owned by Facebook.
Okay.
Bankrolled by Facebook. And they're their own platform. So what a lot of people are doing is, if your game works on Oculus, it works on Steam or it works on the HTC, and then there may just be exclusive games for either of them based on their touch controls, because they both have unique touch controls. But we haven't seen anything like what we know about the PlayStation VR is there's going to be it's gonna add a piece of cancer to your system. At the most recent press event that was shown, there was some sort of extra bump on the PlayStation. So it looks like
that's attached.
There's a hardware, there's a physical, the PlayStation, as powerful as it is, can't compete with the $1,500 PC you need to run Oculus or Vive. So there is a power bump there. You need the PlayStation Eye, and the controls are the PlayStation Move controls. So that's what we know.
Okay.
But
knowing all that, I can see them going about 100 more, about 700. Not quite the Oculus, because I think Oculus, what they have more than the other two is name, because the Oculus itself has been around for years and years. It just hasn't been mainstream and hasn't really gotten out there.
Yeah, it's been very developer, because they've been at DK. They're the DK1, the DK2, and now they're at the full consumer Rift.
Right.
The only thing I think that may make the PlayStation VR cheaper is it doesn't have. I don't think it has the 4K screen that the Vive and the Oculus has. But it does have. I think it is still a high refresh rate, because you need at least 60 hertz to make your brain comfortable when you're in VR.
Okay. That's crazy.
But still, I think $600 the average consumer looks at it and goes,
no, can't do it.
I
Sorry.
can't.
Looks cool. Sorry.
Yeah, looks cool. Sorry. And do you think if they do that, is it just going to turn out like the PlayStation Eye did, or the Kinect, where people companies look at their install base, look at the install base and say, we could either make a PlayStation 4 game and it has 17 million, 12 million, 17 million. Well, how many? There's
something like that.
Yeah, we can and market it to that many people, or maybe it sells 800,000. Maybe it sells 1 million. Mm-hmm. Do you think?
At this point,
the attach rate,
like you said, the first few were very developer friendly, and it's really all based on user and consumer friendliness. The reason something like the Wii's motion controls beat out something like Kinect and PlayStation Move, for example, is also marketability, because they market that
it was $200. Like,
yeah, it was $200. Boom, family friendly. Boom. And then the games were fun and simple, whereas everyone else kind of like ripped off. And then things with like Kinect were not even close to
like
functional.
It broke on stage. Like, it didn't work on stage.
It did break on stage. Oh my goodness! But yeah, you would throw a punch, and then the guy on screen would be like, and then throw a punch, and it was just PlayStation Move really didn't even like. I remember playing the one sports game where I can like shoot a bow and arrow, but like. Other than that, I don't know any other PlayStation Move games.
We played one here, and you were some like Japanese dude, and you rode down a chair on like hills.
Okay,
and like
that's immersion.
Like, it was really weird. Like,
that is really weird. I don't know what. Okay,
yeah.
But they're gonna need a lot, and I think they've learned, especially PlayStation, hopefully from the past. And there's so much to consider when putting out something. I don't want to say like IP, but a new peripheral this important, this huge. Steps need to be taken lightly.
And if it is that big cost, I think it needs to be a holiday release. That way, it is the I want this for Christmas.
The thing, yeah.
It is the
Tickle Me Elmo.
It is hey, mom, dad, you bought me the $400 console. Now can you buy me the $500 or $600 VR, and then that way, instead of, because I really want VR and I don't want you spending $1,500 plus on a gaming PC. You know, like it's like being on a payment plan for VR.
Yeah.
And then we didn't put this down, but